The 4 threat responses. Here's the 4 possibilities. You can flee, yield, posture, or fight. The end. No. You're confronted with a life-threatening hazard, right? Or something you perceive as life-threatening. These are your 4 possible responses. 4 possible actions you can take. The first one is to flee, that is, to run like hell. I'm a big fan of this one. You know, if you're looking at a confrontation, I think to withdraw is a real smart move, because the first rule of any fight is you are going to get hurt. So if you can get out of it, get out of it. Run like hell, with a couple of provisos. When I say run, I don't mean you blind, hysterical, panic flight. I mean a tactical withdrawal. Right? You have some place to run to, where you will be safe. And you're not leaving somebody behind who can't run with you. But apart from that, if you can get out of it, get out of it. Run. Run and look to fight another day. That's number 1. Number 2 is to yield. To yield. And if the situation is such that you believe that your best chance for survival is to yield, then yield. You know, give him your money, give him your body, whatever. If you think that's the way you're going to survive, maybe that's what you should do. But there's a couple of things about that. One is that there are guys who will shoot you to take your money, and then there are guys that will take your money and then shoot you. See? How do you know your compliance is not going to get you killed anyway? What if your assailant is a 3-time loser who's got a death penalty hanging over him from another state, and he's got nothing to lose by killing you, as opposed to leaving a live witness behind who can testify against him in court? Just a thought. How do you know you're not dealing with a complete psychopath who enjoys torturing you with your compliance? It just feeds his sadism. Throws gasoline on his fire if you comply. Doesn't make him less likely to hurt you, but more likely to hurt you. I'm not big on compliance. I'm bigger on defiance than compliance, frankly. But that's easy to say, sitting here in the comfort of my own cell. On the street, every situation is different. You have to play it the way you play it. So you can flee, you can yield. You can posture. Posturing. Let's talk about posturing for a bit. Posturing, you've seen this happen. You see cats out there going, "Meow," and puff himself up 4 times bigger than he really is. Right? That's posturing. He's trying to make himself look bigger to his opponent, so his opponent will be dissuaded from engaging him. Right? So that posturing comes from what? Confidence? No. That posturing comes from fear. If the cat knew in his heart of hearts that he was badass enough to kick his opponent out the window, then he wouldn't need to posture, would he? He'd just say, fuck it, let's rock. So posturing is always based on fear of inadequacy. And posturing is all those fights you think you've seen. I bet you $1 against a hole in a donut that those were posturing contests that maybe got out of control. If there was stuff like, yeah, I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do that, or I'm going to, see, that's all bullshit. That's posturing. If you were gonna, you would. If you were going to do it, you'd shut the fuck up and do it. So now this is really important. This is really important because after posturing comes fighting. Fighting is a determined dedicated engagement in which you forcefully resist your opponent until the threat no longer exists. Okay? That's real important. Everybody postures. And you know what's made it worse? Social media. Online shit. It's all posturing. People insult each other, call each other names, run their fucking mouths. That's all posturing. That's all bullshit. And the more they do it, the more they're training themselves to be posturers. You know what the problem with that is? There are people in the world who don't posture. Tell you something I saw once when I was a kid. Two guys in a bar. Their identities shall remain confidential. One little guy sitting on a bar stool drinking his drink, having his beer. The other guy came up, bigger guy, apparently much stronger guy, red in the face, Irish looking guy, badass. Came over and was giving this guy shit. I'm telling him this and that. I'm going to do this to you and I'm going to do that to you. And in the middle of this speechifying, the little guy took his beer bottle and smacked that guy across the head and knocked him the hell out. Woe be unto him who is posturing while his opponent is fighting. See, there are some cats that don't posture. They do nothing until it's time to do something, and then do something, right? What do we always say? If it is not necessary to act, it is necessary not to act. And when it is necessary to act, it's necessary to act right fucking now. So, here's the guy running his mouth. And the other guy just put a period on it. Don't posture. Don't make threats. Don't call names. Don't fire any warning shots. If someone, assails you, don't fall back into your karate stance and warn them that you're a black belt. All posturing is about fear of inadequacy. Instead of that, teach yourself to be adequate. Right? If it's in a debate, teach yourself how to make a sound, reasonable argument instead of calling names and pretending to think. So you can flee, you can yield, you can posture, or you can fight. Fighting is my last choice. That's it. That's if there's no other possibility whatsoever. Right? That is when there is an imminent threat of grave bodily injury or death to myself or to a person under my protection, then I will engage. And if you decide to fight, don't fuck around. If you're going to engage, engage. And take that threat out until you are sure it no longer exists. It's ugly. And it's terrible. And you will get hurt. And you will hurt someone else very, very badly. And you're going to have to live with that too. Be careful about your fucking choices.